Thank you, Mr. President. There are several changes to House Bill 87 that has come back from the version that we passed out of the Senate. And so I'm going to, in my comments, focus on the changes. Obviously, we had a long description section by section, and I answered a lot of questions about all the other areas, and I won't go into those again, but I will mention the changes. On page 12, lines 390 through 397, the House added some language about evidence of illegal immigrant status in court, basically, and we, in an effort to not have federal law enforcement officials have to show up in court and testify to what a document that is a certified public document says, which is kind of redundant. We're trying to just clear that up and make it where the document speaks for itself. On page 16, lines 543 through 596 is the House's addition back into the bill of the E-Verify provision, which did not make it out of the Senate in the Senate version. It is the E-Verify for greater than 10 employees, or companies with greater than 10 employees. And the companies must, the employees must be full-time employees, which is defined as working 35 hours in a week. And an affidavit must be presented to a local governing authority to get a business license, testifying to the fact that the business uses E-Verify in order to get a business license. The other change is page 12, line 404. We went back to our language on the criminal investigation and just basically took the word felony out, so it could be cause for, if there's probable cause to investigate a criminal offense, including a misdemeanor, then the immigration status of a person could be checked if certain conditions are met, as we outlined earlier. The amendment has several just changes. The House version on the evidence that I talked about earlier, and trying not to duplicate what a public document says, we needed to fix the language there. So that's the language on line 5 of the amendment. We also wanted to have the Attorney General come up with the form affidavit, as opposed to, I believe it was the Department of Audits. It may have been in the previous bill, so that language has been inserted, and it's now the Attorney General's office that creates the standardized form affidavit. And there was a concern by businesses that they could have basically one strike and you're out in terms of the penalties for not following the requirement to E-Verify. So on the amendment, page 3, lines 82 through 87, we insert language that gives a business 30 days to demonstrate to the Attorney General that it has come into compliance with the law. And then also add some language that if it's an employee that has caused the problem for the business, then the Attorney General will look into the conduct of the employee that caused the business to get in trouble over the issue. Then there is a new section, section 20.1, that authorizes or requires the Department of Agriculture to study the issue, the agricultural issue, and make some recommendations about how the seasonal worker programs are working. And we've heard a lot from the agriculture community that those don't work very well, and so we want to look at that issue. And that is a description of the changes and the amendment, Mr. President, and I'll take a few questions, and then I'm sure there'll be some discussion.
Chair recognizes Senator from the 33rd for a question.
Senator Yale.
I yield.
Senator Duke, this is as passed as amended by the Senate. The House amendment is amended by the Senate, is that right?
That's right.
All right. Do we have that in front of us, so what you're explaining right now?
I believe there was the House as passed version should be in your notebook, I would think, and then the amendment that I was describing was passed out and
Okay.
should be on your desk.
We've got it. Thank you.